always be shot on YouTube.
YouTube Super Misfit coming in. Today we're gonna go through the ridetech bolt-in full link installation. We're gonna start off with the cradle. First and foremost, make sure you have your instructions on hand while you're doing it at home, so that way you don't get off track. This cradle is not light, so if you're gonna be working by yourself, like I normally do, to take a safe precaution, get you some quick grips. They'll help. You guys see in the video a little later on how I use these to hold the cradle in place, so I could mark where I want to drill the holes and stuff like that for my self-tapping screws and other things like that. You're also going to need a cutoff wheel or a grinder, because you have to cut the pinion snubber off. Make sure you have the right safety equipment to operate that. You're also going to need a hammer, because there's a few spots you're going to have to massage under there. Well, I personally had to massage under there, and a lot of other people that I know that also installed the ridetech full link, they also have to use a hammer. So make sure you get your hammer. And if you're going to be hammering under your car, I don't know what kind of finish you have under there to protect it from rust and whatnot, but if you go to hitting under your car with a hammer, you're going to expose bare metal will rust out your car over time. So with that being said, I ordered me a can of Raptor Liner. I'm not sponsored by Raptor Liner, it's just the product that I use under my car. So I had got me some Raptor Liner. You also going to need an impact, because you got to mess with self-tapping screws. Make sure you get you an adapter for the impact. Get you a 9/16 socket. I also had got a 9/16 wrench, so I can have it on hand just in case I need that. You're gonna need a drill. You're gonna need a 5/16 and a 3/8 drill bit to start the holes for your self-tapping screws, and also for the other bolts that you're gonna be using. And if you can, make sure you get you a little container or something like that, because you're gonna be dealing with a lot of small parts, and to keep from losing stuff like this, or screws, stuff like that, your drill bits, your wrench and stuff like that. You always keep it right there, so that way you don't have to be running around your garage or your shop looking for it. Now let's get up under the car. What's up? We under the car. Now I'm finna go over a few points that you have to do. You have to remove your gas tank. That has to come out. You also have to remove your rear seat. Now if you look up, right here is where I had to beat this in. Some people use the term massaging. I'm telling you now, massaging is not gonna work. You gotta beat it out of this, because it hangs down low and the cradle will rock. You won't ever see flush on your frame rails or none of that, as long as this is down. So you have to beat this up. Once this is beat up, you also have to cut the pinion snubber. The pinion snubber is a little bracket that will be up under here. Once you cut that out, you'll be ready to set the cradle in place. Now, let's set this camera up, and I'm finna show you guys exactly how I installed my cradle. Clamps ready. This is where the clamps come in. Alright, now I'm making sure that everything is sitting flush. Now this, well, you gotta be a little acrobat. Put my back to you guys. Put my foot there. Clamp back. See. These little ones might not matter much, but I like as many of these on there as I could put, so I'm putting the little ones on there. Now that we have the clamps in place, everything pretty much lined up. See how it needs to sit. It sags a little bit with just the clamps on there, but it's nothing that you can't fix. You just apply the pressure and it lifts up right where you need it. But the clamps just to hold it in place. Now we have to go get the drill bit. We got everything that we need right here. So to drill the self-tapping holes for the screw, we're going to roll with the 5/16 drill bit. Open up. Now is when we're going to use our self-tapping screws. Now that we use the drill to drill out the holes for the self-tapping screws, we're going to go all the way up with our cradle. Just want to put enough of them in there to hold it in place after you drilled all the right holes into stuff. My cradle has already been installed previously, so my holes were already drilled out. Once you get enough of your self-tapping screws in, that's when you can release your clamps. Now that we had a cradle bolted in place, actually I didn't go through with all the bolts on mine because I'm going to be welding mine in once I make sure that everything sits in place. But I put at least 6 bolts on each side for now.